As I begin to spray this foot down, you'll be able to see the irregular shape of that puncture. Let's look at that again. So what exactly is the significance of that? Well, it's just some of the little things that you have to pay attention to when you're working on a foot. Because as I start to pare this away, it's not going to be as evident that this was a puncture as I get started on that. So if you don't watch these things as you go, as you remove this hoof, you're removing the evidence, if you will, that we have some type of problem here. If, say, at the end of the day you had several of these and you weren't paying attention and you just thought that these were white line defects or that resulted in some abscesses, you may not be able to point the farmer in the right direction to try to maybe figure out what's causing this. You might go down the wrong path, I should say, as far as cause. So that's why you kind of got to watch these really close as you're working on them, and that way you can make an accurate assessment of what's going on, especially if you have a puncture situation and it could be something in the facility that multiple cows are stepping on. You really got to pay attention to that. Removing loose horn from around punctures can be kind of tricky sometimes because you don't have that clear, those clear margins of separation like you get with a normal white line lesion, just because of the nature of these punctures. But so as I'm working here, I'm kind of working along the edges. Like I said, there's a lot of live tissue right up along this, so you just got to kind of be careful. Make sure you expose. The key part of this is exposing the damaged corium, or the spot that was actually affected by that puncture. Get that cleared away, and then we can get this foot back on the path to healing. You know the drill now. Time to put that rubber block on there. That's going to give that injured claw some rest, elevating it off of the ground so there's no pressure being applied to it when she takes a step. As we zoom in here, you can see what I was talking about of that live tissue up above there, where there's an arrow right there, that point. It looks like you really want to cut that out of there, but you can see why I didn't do that from if you're looking above and below, where I have removed some of that, a little bit too much. This is the area that I'm concerned with. There's that puncture that I was talking about, that lesion. That's what I want to get completely free of any loose horn, because that's the damaged corium that needs to heal. That little flap of skin, that's inconsequential. It's not going to cause any irritation. That'll just basically dehydrate right away from the foot. So now we're going to put some salicylic acid on that just to make sure that we don't get any infection from digital dermatitis on that lesion, so we can get it healed in one attempt. So let's get it down now and see how she feels with this block on. Remember how she was standing at the beginning of this video, or not standing, if you will? Well, now we got that block on, and this is how she's standing. You can see nice straight leg, full amount of pressure being applied to that lateral claw, that outside claw, taking the weight off that injured claw. And you can see, even though that inside claw is still sore, she feels much better with that block on. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, thanks for watching. Have a happy holiday, and we will see you all on the next one. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. On today's video, we're working on this girl right here. And as you can see, she's got a very sore left front foot, to the point where she does not even want to put weight on it. So let's get to work on this and see if we can fix this situation. So at first glance, it appears like there's something lodged in the sole of this foot. So let's get started and see if I'm right. As I work my way in, I keep expecting to find something lodged into this sole, but it just doesn't happen. So let's keep trimming on this and get down all the way to that corium level and see if we can figure out what's going on here.